Imagine traveling alone, excited for new experiences, ready to explore the world. You check into a hotel with a dark history, a place where people vanish, where deaths go unexplained, where nightmares seem to come alive. And then, just days later, you disappear. A surveillance camera captures your final moments, bizarre, unsettling, and deeply disturbing. The hotel's guests start complaining about the water, its taste, its color, its pressure. Then, a maintenance worker climbs to the rooftop, and what he finds will haunt the world forever. This is the story of Elisa Lam, a young woman full of dreams, swallowed by a mystery that has never been fully explained. A case that remains open in the minds of millions, a story that still haunts the world. Elisa Lam was born on April 30th, 1991, in Vancouver, Canada. She was the daughter of David and Yina Lam, immigrants from Hong Kong who had worked tirelessly to build a life for their family. Growing up, Elisa was bright, kind, and full of curiosity. She was a dreamer, drawn to books, photography, and storytelling. But behind her love for creativity, she carried a silent battle, one that many never truly understood. Throughout her teenage years, Elisa struggled with her mental health. She was diagnosed with bipolar disorder and depression, two conditions that made her world unpredictable. Some days were filled with excitement and energy, while others were dark and heavy, as if the weight of the world was pressing down on her. She documented much of her life online, writing on her blog, Nouvelle Nouveau. It became a space where she could be honest, where she could share her struggles, her loneliness, and her hopes. Despite her battles, she was determined to experience life. She wanted to explore, to see the world beyond her small corner of Canada. And so, in January 2013, she planned a solo trip to the United States, a trip that was supposed to be about freedom, adventure, and self-discovery. But it would become something else entirely. Elisa's journey took her to California. She visited San Diego, posting pictures from the zoo, excited about what was ahead. Then she arrived in Los Angeles. She checked into the Cecil Hotel on January 26, 2013. The Cecil wasn't just another hotel. It was infamous. A building soaked in death, tragedy, and horror. Since its opening in 1927, the hotel had been the site of countless suicides, murders, and mysterious deaths. It was once home to Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, a serial killer who terrorized California in the 1980s. Another killer, Jack Unterweger, also stayed at the Cecil while committing his crimes. Guests had reported strange occurrences, figures in the hallways, whispers in the night, shadows that didn't belong. The hotel was even rumored to be cursed. But Elisa likely didn't know any of this. To her, it was just an affordable place to stay. At first, she shared a room with other travelers, but soon, the hotel staff moved her to a private room after her roommates complained about her erratic behavior. What was happening to Elisa? Was she just having a bad day? Or was something much, much darker at play? On January 31st, 2013, Elisa Lam was seen for the last time. The security camera in one of the hotel's elevators captured footage that would go on to terrify the world. Elisa enters the elevator and presses multiple buttons. But the doors don't close. She peeks outside, looking left, then right, as if someone is following her. Then, she jumps back inside and presses against the wall. She moves her hands strangely, almost as if she's communicating with something unseen. She steps in and out of the elevator, as if she's nervous, confused, or afraid. Then, she walks away. The elevator doors finally close, but Elisa is never seen again. When police released the footage to the public, theories erupted. Some believed she was playing the elevator game, a ritual said to transport people to another dimension. Others thought she was running from someone, a stalker, an attacker, or something much worse. But there were no answers, only questions. Elisa's parents grew worried when she stopped calling. She had spoken with them every day of her trip, but suddenly, silence. They reported her missing, and the LAPD launched an investigation. Officers searched the hotel, questioning staff and guests. They checked security footage, combed through Elisa's belongings, and even used scent dogs to track her. The dogs led police to the hotel's rooftop, but stopped suddenly, as if Elisa had vanished into thin air. They found nothing. Days turned into weeks. Then, the hotel's guests began complaining about something strange. Guests at the Cecil started reporting problems with the water. It tasted odd. It had a strange color, sometimes black, sometimes reddish-brown. The water pressure was weak. One guest described it as horrible. Others drank it, bathed in it, brushed their teeth with it, without realizing the horrifying truth. On February 19, 2013, a maintenance worker named Santiago Lopez climbed to the hotel's rooftop to check the water tanks. What he found would send chills through the world. Inside one of the tanks, floating in the dark, murky water, was Elisa Lam's lifeless body. She had been there for weeks. She was naked, her clothes floating beside her. But the biggest question wasn't just how she died. It was, how did she get there? The water tanks were massive, nearly 8 feet tall, with heavy lids that required force to open. There was no ladder, no way for an average person to climb in, let alone close the lid behind them. The only way to access the roof was through locked doors and alarms. So how did Elisa end up inside? Theory 1. Murder. Some believed she was killed, possibly by a hotel employee who had access to restricted areas, but there was no evidence of foul play. Theory 2. Mental breakdown. Others thought she had a psychotic episode caused by her bipolar disorder. The toxicology report showed she was on medication, but some of it was missing from her system. Had she stopped taking her meds? Theory 3. Something unexplainable. The Cecil had a history of death and darkness. Some believed Elisa was possessed or lured by something beyond our understanding. In the end, the coroner ruled her death an accident, citing drowning due to bipolar disorder. But that explanation didn't satisfy everyone. Elisa Lam was 21 years old. She was a daughter, a friend, a dreamer. Her story is more than just a ghost tale or a viral mystery. It's a reminder of the fine line between reality and the unknown. Was Elisa the victim of a crime, a tragic accident, or something much darker? The truth remains buried in the shadows. And maybe some mysteries were never meant to be solved. If you found this story intriguing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more true crime mysteries. Let us know your thoughts in the comments. What really happened to Elisa Lam? Until next time, stay safe.